Welcome to this lecture. My name is Mark Scythian. The date today is August 30th, 2025. So in this lecture, we're going to cover converting decimal exponents and decimal numbers into roots and fractions. So let's say you have 1.5 to the 2.5 power. This expression times 3.8 to the 0.6 power. So if you just use a calculator, you'll calculate 6.139. But assume you're in to a study focus that makes sense of the math. So instead of using these decimals for the coefficient, the base number, and the exponent, we can make sense of what this actually means mathematically. So we can start with the left expression, 1.5 to the 2.5 power, and we can convert this to 1.5 to the 2 1/2 mixed fraction, and then convert that into an improper fraction. So 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, so 2.5 is also 5/2. So we can convert this to 1.5 to the 5/2 power. So what this means mathematically is that we take the 1/2 power, because we have, if we got rid of the 5 and made it 1/2 power, that's the square root. So the 5/2 power is the square root of 1.5 to the 5th power. So if we simplify that, 1.5 becomes 3/2 to the 5th power, its square root. So 3 to the 5th power is 243. Divided into 2 to the 5th power is 243 over 32. So then we convert this 1.5 to the 2.5 power to the square root of 243 over 32. So we do the same thing here. We convert 3.8 into 3 8/10 as a mixed fraction. So we can convert that to 3 4/5, because 8/10 is 4/5, its lowest terms. And then we can convert the 3 times 10, which we'll do in a second, but we have 19/5. So we could take it out of the lowest terms to simplify the process. So instead of converting the first mixed fraction, 3 8/10, into the improper fraction, we can convert it from 3 4/5. So 3 times 5 is 15, plus 4 is 19, so we get 19/5. So 19/5 to the 0.6 power, so 0.6 is 6/10, which its lowest terms is 3/5. So we get 19/5 as a quantity to the 3/5 power. So that's the 5th root. So instead of like cube root and square root, we have the 5th root. So that's the 1/5 power, whereas the square root is the 1/2 power. And the cube root is 1/3 power. So in this case, we have the 5th root right here. So that's the 5th root of 19 over 5, 19/15 cubed, because we have the numerator of the exponent is the square, or the exponent of the coefficient, and then the denominator, is 1/5. 3 over 1 times 1 over 5 is 3/5. So we have the 5th root of 19/15 cubed. So then if we further simplify or combine, that's 19 cubed, which is 6859, divided into 5 cubed, which is 125. So then we've converted the decimal exponents and numbers into their roots and fraction equivalent. So you get an idea of what that actually means mathematically. So you get an idea of how the numbers will behave. So if we test this product here, the square root of 243 over 32 times the fifth root of 6859 over 125. If we multiply these two expressions to test the conversion, you would enter this in your calculator as open parentheses 243 divided into 32 close parentheses to the 1/2 power, because it's a square root, and then multiply this times the open parentheses in your calculator 6859 divided into 125 to the 1/5 power. So if you checked that, tested it, you would also get 6.139. So this lecture specifically focuses on decimal exponents and numbers converted to roots and fractions. Thank you for watching this lecture and have a great day.